Welcome to the City Current Radio Show. I'm your host, Jeremy Park. We're always honored to bring you inspiring stories of individuals and organizations making a difference, empowering the good in our community. And we're kicking it off talking about music at the University of Memphis. We are joined by Dr. Kevin Sanders. He is the director of the Rudi E. Scheidt School of Music at the University of Memphis. So how are you doing, Kevin?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, Jeremy.
So let's dive into your world. But before we do, give us a little bit of your background. When you talk about being the director on your end, give us a little bit just of your musical background and, just give us a little bit about you.
Sure. So I'll save you the long story, but the Reader's Digest version is I grew up in the public school system in Arkansas. My instrument, a lot of people are shocked to hear this, was the tuba. I was a professional tuba player. I went to school at Indiana University and Juilliard and Michigan State, and then had another collegiate teaching job before I came here. And I've been at Memphis for 13 years. And about the last 5 or 6, I've served in various administrative capacities in the School of Music and in our dean's office, and wore a lot of hats until I took on this role, and I was able to take off several of those and wear just one now.
Give us an idea, when you talk about the School of Music, talk about number of students, faculty, give us an idea of the scope.
Yeah, the School of Music, a lot of people are surprised to hear about the scope, just the sheer size of it. The school, we're talking about 70 full and part-time faculty and staff. So there's a large support network there. We have almost 500 students that are majoring in everything from classical and popular music to composition, music business, music education, conducting, audio engineering. And that's everything from a bachelor's degree to a doctorate degree. And the School of Music is the only school in the entire state of Tennessee to offer a doctorate. So we're a huge resource for the state, and it's an incredible gem in the city.
I mean, just within your description, to go from classical music to audio engineering and the business side, that shows you already the complexity, but the variety. So give us an idea when you talk about the classes and the curriculum, paint the picture a little bit of the different types and the extent of it.
Well, I mean, that's one of the things that makes this such an incredible School of Music. Our music industry side, most people, when they think of a School of Music, they think of the performance side. But our music industry program, our audio engineering, our music business programs, they're actually celebrating their 40th anniversary next year. And having that expertise in the school, it's part of the reason why we are a comprehensive school, and getting to weave in those specialties into what our performance students are getting to experience, and having those recording capabilities and allowing those performance students and those industry students to mix together and work together. That's what makes this these experiential opportunities for the students.
When you go from, especially your background, being a tuba player, and then you bring in the classical, the violin and some of those instruments, to things like electric guitar and drums, talk about kind of, the scope in terms of the different instruments and music styles and how all this meshes together.
Well, it's a wide variety, for sure. I mean, just about every instrument you can imagine is being offered at the School of Music. So we have faculty that are teaching jazz and commercial and pop voice. And then we have opera singers. We have people working on jazz guitar and classical guitar. Then we have trumpet players that are working on classical style music, and then also just the commercial side. It's all over the place, and that's one of the great things. If you come to a School of Music concert, it's not just about a band concert or an orchestra concert. You can come and see a band, you can come and see a jazz combo, you can see a group of jazz singers. It's almost anything you could possibly want.
What's been either a trend, or when you look at how the music industry and how the School of Music has changed over even the last, decade, looking forward, what are some of the major trends or changes that have been in place or that are looking to happen?
That's a great question. It's I'll say this. One of the things that we're focused on in the School of Music right now is making sure that we are tapped in and being a resource to the community. That's one of the things that makes the School of Music, it puts us in such a wonderful position because of the Memphis community. We've got so many arts organizations, really great organizations that are our partners in town, which creates opportunities for our students to go and perform, internship possibilities, student teaching possibilities. So that sort of experiential learning aspect, I think, is vital, because the more real world experience a student can get while they're here on our campus taking classes, it removes that gap of once they go out and they get a job. And we want to remove as much of that learning curve as possible.
When you look at the music industry and ultimately the goals, the success stories, you look at New York obviously being a hub, Los Angeles being a hub. I can imagine there's a lot of other major hubs that musicians are thinking, okay, these are kind of the center areas that I need to be in for my career. But obviously Memphis is one of those when you talk about the music industry. So when you look at success stories, what does success look like for you and the students?
Well, one of the things that I've heard Dr. Rudd say that I love is that you can go anywhere from here. And that is certainly the case. Just this year, 2021, we had 2 students win Grammys. We had a doctoral student, he won Grammy Music Educator of the Year. PhD student. We had another student, a bassist in our jazz and commercial program. His name's David Parks. He won a Grammy for playing bass on a recording, The Wild Card. He's played with a lot of other great artists like Justin Bieber and Sean Kingston. But I mean, we've had students in the last 2 or 3 years perform on ABC's Making the Band, on NBC's The Voice. We have students performing with the Metropolitan Opera Orchestra on Broadway. We've got music industry students working at Universal Music and Disney World. You name it, a student can carve the path to where they want to go from the School of Music.
That's awesome. What's something that you want the public, and obviously you can, pick more than one, but what's something you want the public to know about the School of Music?
Well, we have an incredible history in the School of Music. Again, next year is actually the 75th anniversary of the School of Music becoming an independent department at the University of Memphis. And we've had an incredible history going all the way back about 20 years ago when we became the Rudi E Scheidt School of Music. I will tell the public that the best is yet to come. The opening of the Scheidt Family Music Center is going to be an incredible resource for our students on campus, but it's also going to be an incredible resource for the arts community in Memphis. Right now, some of the things that we're focused on is these curricular innovations that are going to get our students career ready, and so they don't have to learn anything on the job. We're trying to make sure that we're this artistic resource for the entire Memphis community. We really want to make sure that students, every adult that loves music, has access to music and music education. That's a huge part of what we see as our mission. So we have a lot of things planned. The School of Music is in the middle of a strategic planning process right now, and we're going to unveil that in the next few months. But like I said, the best is yet to come. We've got our faculty are absolutely outstanding, and we've got a lot of resources marshaled to knock this stuff out in the next few years.
Obviously, you just mentioned it, but dive in a little bit deeper on the Scheidt Family Music Center and kind of paint the picture as much as you can through radio, but paint the picture of just kind of the facility and obviously the purpose and the usage.
The facility is going to be, it's an understatement to say it's going to be incredible. If anybody has driven down Central Avenue in the last 5 months, they will see it is an absolutely massive facility. It dwarfs a lot of the surrounding buildings on campus, and it's going to be amazing. It's a 45,000 square foot facility. It features a couple of state-of-the-art recording studios for our music industry program, just absolutely jam-packed with technology. It's going to have some distance learning spaces. It's going to have 3 large rehearsal spaces for our popular music program, for our choirs, and then for our large ensembles like our orchestra and our band. And then, the crown jewel of all of that is this 900-seat state-of-the-art, acoustically superior concert hall that is going to be the home to all of our major student performances. We're also hoping to see Opera Memphis and the Memphis Symphony and a lot of our other partners in the Memphis community come and perform on that stage. So we're hoping to see that facility not only be an incredible resource for our students, but also be a hub for all of our partners in town. And that, again, that's going to be an incredible opportunity. Our students are going to be able to walk across the street, walk outside of their classroom, and go into that hall and see these incredible professionals that we have in town rehearsing and working.
How can we help? I mean, obviously, attending performances, donations and contributions. What are some ways the community can help?
Oh, what a wonderful setup. So we are in the middle of, we're about to begin a fundraising campaign to raise raise money for instruments in the building. And that's going to go towards things like these world-class pianos that we need in the various rehearsal spaces and on stage. It's going to go to percussion equipment. And these are the sorts of things that you can't roll across the street from one building to the other. So we have to have another set of professional quality instruments in the space. And then a lot of that is also for recording technology equipment. So you're going to hear more about that from the School of Music and from the university in the next few months. But that's going to be a wonderful way that you could someone from the community could contribute and be a part of the success story. But having said that, I would just invite you to come and enjoy a concert and tap in. And we're not just doing concerts on our campus. We're doing concerts all over Memphis in a lot of different venues. So, if you can, come to our homepage, get on the mailing list and get tapped into almost 300 events that we do per year.
And then also too, obviously for parents with students and students who are looking at the University of Memphis and just knowing the opportunities and, like you said, the success stories, which are absolutely amazing. What would you offer as words of encouragement for parents with the students or students who are looking at University of Memphis and going into the music industry?
I would say, first of all, it's the cost ratio. I know that's always an important concern with parents. You're not going to find better value for the University of Memphis and the School of Music. But, in addition to that, I think it is so important for any discipline. When you choose where to go to school, be thinking about the network that you're tapping into. And, one of the best things that we do, and you ask our faculty, and almost all of them will say this, our faculty are mentors in the School of Music. So when a student comes to us with a lot of talent, maybe not a lot of formal musical background in musical training, we can take that student and take them from A to Z. And that sort of mentorship, you don't find that at a lot of places, but that's one of the reasons why you can go anywhere from here. So at the very least, I would encourage parents and students to come and visit us, come on one of our audition days, start the conversation, and let us share a little bit more about the School of Music with you.
Well, you mentioned website. Go ahead and wrap up with website, social media, contact information. Where does everyone go to learn more about the School of Music?
You can visit memphis.edu/music. And then, obviously you can find us on all of the various social media channels, Facebook and Twitter. We're on YouTube. We have a Vimeo channel now where we're putting out some really high content media. But yeah, please, I invite you to find us on social media, engage with us, and follow us.
Yeah, if I say Facebook, it's U of M School of Music, and then Scheidt School is Twitter. So you've got all the social media channels and opportunities. But as you mentioned, memphis.edu/music is the easy place to go and learn more about the Rudi E. Scheidt School of Music at the University of Memphis. Dr. Sanders, thank you for all you and your amazing team do. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you so much, Jeremy. I really appreciated it.